everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Kel'a. If you are new here, hello. I'm Kel'a. It's spelled K-E-L' long A, okay? I am a notary, a loan signing agent. I am a mother. I am a future, where my ring at? Oh, I ain't got one. Okay, but anyways, I am, my channel is about entrepreneurship. My channel is about balancing being an entrepreneur, being a mom, being a boss, being all those things, and literally just trying to figure out how to balance it all. So today we're going to actually talk about something that has nothing to do with business at all. So if you are used to me talking about business, I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to use a tissue to wipe my camera off because why is it so blurry? Hold on. Forgive me, y'all. There we go. Is that better? Okay. So anywho, today I want to talk about this. Like, this is a real conversation. It's going to be a short video, but it's been something on my mind. So I am a very, to certain specific things in my life, I'm very traditional about, okay? So as I got older, I'm realizing that, and this is why I'm starting a podcast, y'all, okay? Ooh, I've realized how important it is for us to teach our children how to be husbands, how to be wives, and how to, you know, work hard, how to pay bills, how to set a foundation, how to be a friend. You know what I'm saying? I have conversations, all the time with my sister, and we talk about our children and how, you know, her daughter is 15 and, well, 14. My daughter is 8. And just seeing the things that my sister is going through, you know, I just am like, okay, I'm really learning from watching her. So what I've learned is we got to teach our children how to be certain things. There are things that I'm just learning as a 30-year-old woman that I should have known. Credit, you know, financial literacy, how to be a friend, how to be a partner, how to be in a relationship, how to be a mother, and you know what I'm saying, how to just, and some things, yeah, you have to learn through trial and error. But listen, I always say, this is my favorite quote: a wise woman learns from others' mistakes, period. So I think it's our job as parents to teach our children how to be responsible adults, how to be good friends growing up. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and a lot of podcasts about sex, a lot of podcasts about, you know, relationships, about money, growing your business, so many different things. But it's I'm really interested in parenting, sexuality, things like that. So I tend to listen to those more frequently. So I'm listening to a podcast and they have a sex expert on there, okay? And they talk about, you know, before that they start talking about how to teach your child how to be a good friend, how to teach your child, you know, what happens when you go to high school, peer pressure with sex, and having those real conversations about your vagina, a penis, what are balls, you know, testicles, whatever. Like having a real open conversation with your children. And so the woman was talking about how she had to teach her daughter how to be a good friend, how not to gossip, and, you know, be kind and be considerate and be mindful of your words. These are things I never was taught. I just knew me and my friends had fun, but I would gossip my ass off. I'm like, somebody tell me something. It's just up until now where I could keep a secret, and I'm like, oh, don't tell nobody. Okay. So also going into, she was talking about, you know, sexuality and how you should be open and honest with your children, and about, you know, self-pleasure and self-love, and it's nothing wrong with pleasing yourself in the, you know, comfort of your own home by yourself. Now, nobody's saying your man got to be with you if you 15. No, but just being honest with your friends. So I'm having a debate right now, or a conversation on Facebook, talking about, is it our jobs as parents to teach our kids how to be wives and husbands? And I think it is, because what do we know? What, like, I literally have been in a relationship for 3 years and I'm still figuring it out. Like I've never had a relationship in my adult life, and that was actually longer than 6 months. So I dated a guy from 12 years old to 19, on and off between 18 and 19. But we dated, okay? And I loved him, and he was as toxic as they come. And then, like I said, after him, I was just out here for the next when did I meet my boyfriend? Was I 27? I don't remember. Yeah, so for the next damn near 6-7 years, I was single. And yes, I had relationships, like as far as like I would hook up with people, I would call myself being in a relationship, you know what I'm saying, and try to make it work. But you know how you can't get past the 3-week mark with anybody. Like these guys, and like the guys that I was tracking was just trash. So, you know, or they didn't want commitment. So I just 2 years, like, so I wanted to be with my child's father, but he kept cheating. So after him, it was like I had to really heal myself within, because I was insecure, I was broken, I didn't have my shit together. So I had no business trying to be in a relationship, and I had to just really put the mirror in front of me and really tell myself, like, you don't have no business dating nobody. Get your shit together, right? So then for 2 years, like I healed, I worked on myself, tried to figure out what it was I wanted to do. And for 2 years, you know, I was okay with being single. Then I got 27 or 26, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to get married. Like, I'm so ready to get married, but not knowing that I don't even know how to be no freaking girlfriend, first and foremost. So I'm like, you know, who's responsible for teaching me these things? Like, I didn't know the work that a relationship would entail. Like, I just really didn't. So I feel like had I had those talks with my mom, had I had those conversations with my dad, had I had those conversations with my elders, telling me about relationships, and honestly, you know, being pro-marriage and being pro-relationship and monogamy, and not just find yourself, or be independent, like, you don't need a man and all that shit. Like, I would be, because it was crazy, because after my grandma died, so my grandma and my aunt, and yeah, so my mom was here and there. She was still young and trying to work and stuff. So mostly I was with my aunt and my grandma. My grandma, great grandma, was old school, like one husband, 8 kids, and that's your husband, you know. And she taught me the old school traditional way of being a wife and being, you know, submissive and things like that. So when she died, it was like up to my mom, who was like ending a marriage and wanted me to be independent and not dependent on a man. And I feel like, you know, I guess I got the best of both worlds, but I am more towards the old traditional submissive woman. And I want to be taken care of. Like, that's just the bottom line. I feel like, and I tell my partners all the time, and he just thinks it's the craziest thing, a man should provide for his woman. I'm not saying pay my car note. I'm not saying give me money every week for clothes, things like that. But traditionally speaking, that is your job, is to protect me, provide for me, guide me, lead me, and really be the head of this relationship, right? But it was the in-between that I didn't understand. Like, when do I walk away? When is things too much? When is this, like, you know, a deal breaker? Like, I really had no idea the difference between what settling was and what settling was, you know, because a lot of women think settling is, I'm not about to date a man that's 5'5", you know what I'm saying? I ain't settling for that. But if this man is 5'5", treats you the way you deserve to be treated, is it settling? You know, settling what I was taught from my older friend who is 50. is when you're getting your ass beat and you're settling because you don't want to be alone. When you're being disrespected and belittled and emotionally abused and you're staying because you don't want to be alone, you're settling. Whose position and job is it to teach me those things? Was it my mom's? Was it my dad's? Or was it just supposed to be a life lesson? You know, let me just bump my head with all these different men to figure out what I should deal with and what I shouldn't. That's, to me, is like, to me, it's just like you're setting me up for failure because I don't know. So I think, and I want everybody's input. I want everybody's opinion on this. Whose job is it to teach these children how to be partners, how to be wives, spouses, all that? Like, whose job is it? I told you I think it's mine. So these are topics that I enjoy talking about, that I want to start getting you guys involved in and really getting your mind thinking and being more open towards it. Because who's responsible for these kids acting like this? We are.